Good afternoon to one and all present here. I am so very happy today to have with us Mr. Jishnu Bhattacharya as a speaker for the career fair. Sir, I'm absolutely honored to have you here with us for our online career fair. To start with the session, I would first like to invite Nilavo Chakravarti to give a small introduction about sir. Over to you, Nilavo.
Good afternoon, everyone. Warm welcome to all of you at the Augusto Career Fair of 2021 and 2022. Today, we are having an eminent personality, speaker, research scholars to guide us in our career orientations. So we can have their valuable words to build up our own career. I feel extremely honored to introduce Mr. Jishnu Bhattacharya, a research scholar of the University of Nottingham. Sir needs no other introduction because he belongs to our own Augustine family. His career graphs and achievements are beyond commendable, and I don't think I can all pile them in front of you guys. In brief, he had completed his BTech in Electric and Electronics from Calcutta University and currently a research scientist from the Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Delhi, in the Department of Management. So, without further delay, I request our speaker to lead us into the discussion and enlighten us with different career opportunities further. The stage is yours, sir.
Yeah, hi Nilav. First of all, I was a scientist. Currently, I'm doing my PhD. So I was a scientist at IIT Delhi for a year approximately. And before that, I was there in IIM Kozhikode. That's why I'll be talking something on business related stuffs today and a career opportunity in business. And I was also there in Triple IT. So I will also be able to share with you some ideas about the information technology and data domain that many of you might be interested in. Okay, so let me share my screen with all of you. Okay. Please let me know if you all can see it properly.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. So basically, I choose to keep the title of the presentation as taking charge of your career, because it is the right time that you decide what you will be doing for the next like 30 to 35 years. And my focus will be actually on technology and data career in marketing science, but it equally applies in the domain of finance or any other business domain, except the banking domain. I'm no expert in the banking domain, but except banking domain, it applies in almost all the domain area. Okay, so my presentation will divide into two parts. First of all, I will give you some objective informations about what are the career opportunities that you can go on just after your class 12. I'll just focus on your undergraduate education, because after you do your undergraduate education, you may change your preferences and you go for a different post-graduation. This applies to all the students in commerce, arts, science, doesn't matter, whatever your specialization is in class 12 and class 10. And the second part will be something about how to select your career choices. That is something that I do more actually. So this is thing. First, I will introduce how interesting marketing can be. We all know what is marketing, but actually we don't know what is marketing. That I will try to explain to you that you don't know what is marketing, and business can really be a very interesting and scientific discipline to follow. Then I will show you some learning path that you can pursue, because when I was there in class 11, I really had no idea about all this thing. That time, internet was very costly, and we used to wait for the library turn to use some internet. That also was limited to 2 GB. So I hope you all have more access to internet. And then I will give you a 5-step framework, actually how to select your career, and then some suggestive reading. They're easy reading, okay? You'll really find it interesting to read them. So starting with the part 1. So this is what we actually do in business, actually, not only in especially in the organization behavior studies or marketing studies, exploring the brain of the consumer, what consumer thinks. That is all we want to know to expand our businesses. So it applies to all the domain of business. So before going to all these definitions and all, I just want to know how interesting marketing can be. Any one of you just tell me, what do you think marketing is? Any one of you? I will not grade you, it's fine. Any one of you can say.
Sir, promotion of a product.
Promotion of a product, very nice.
So
So what?
understanding customers' demand.
Very nice. So what do you think,
Presenting the
how this can
products
be done?
according to the customer's demand.
Absolutely. But how these things are done actually? Like how you will do all this thing?
Sir, by advertising the product, by introducing billboards to the by introducing billboards and giving out flyers to advertise the product.
Absolutely, very nice. Okay, now is it always for profit?
No, sir. In
No, sir.
marketing, profit and loss both are there. So it's a mixture.
Okay, the motives
No,
are
sir.
profit, right?
Actually, it is not only for profit, because there are also non-profit organizations also present there, and they are also using marketing strategies to promote their services to other people.
Absolutely, very interesting. Like you were getting the point actually. So marketing is not always targeted to profit. So there are various other ways of doing marketing and various other motives of doing marketing. Okay, but how you do all this thing? I will just show you a very nice example for a non-profit marketing. So we often see advertisement like this in social media, in newspaper, and various other things. There is just a small story is there, and a photo is there of a victim, and they generally ask for some donation, like donate for a cause, right? We always see that UNICEF is doing, Red Cross Society is doing, many other organizations, normally non-government organizations are doing all this thing. But this is not an easy stuff to do. Writing this sentence, these words, and giving a proper image, these types of things are very, very scientific, and it is not an art only. This is not limited to an art. You just can't write anything and everything. So what are the various possible options that are there? Maybe you can use a photo where the child is smiling. Maybe you are using a photo where the child is not smiling. Child here is a victim. So when we see the advertisement these days, we often see the victim is very sad, under pain, and all those things, so that we feel sorry for them, we feel empathy for them, compassion for them, and we donate some money. But this is not how marketing works. We really need to understand the science behind that. So there was a small marketing study. I'll share with you that there are two cases. Like in the image, in two cases, the child was smiling, and other two cases, the child was not smiling. That is sad. And along with that, the message was designed in such a way. In one message, it was very sad, high sadness. And in another message, the writing was in such a way, it was an inspirational message, high inspiration. So now, when the experiment was done, they found out, the research says that the combination of happy victim image and a strong sad message appeal can effectively increase the pro-social behavior, that is donating money. So this is actually, for example, if you don't have a marketing training and you go for a advertisement, you will actually develop an advertisement where the child is sad, and you will also write a sad messages, but that will actually reduce the donation cost. So when you go for a marketing related study or business study, they will teach you scientifically how to develop this advertisement, be it a product promotion as one of you told, or any other aspects. So this is a form of marketing that is, I will not say very technical. It is definitely, it has some technical thing. Basically, you have to have a fundamental understanding of statistics, mathematics. That will be taught while you will do a graduation or a master's studies. But I will consider this as less technical. Why I am saying this is less technical, I will actually introduce to you in a later 2-3 slides. So a person who does a BBA degree or a BCom degree or any other such arts related graduation degree can actually do such a marketing role. Typical role can be marketing communication, brand manager, or such profiles. And they're pretty well paid, and there is a huge demand. And you can also go for digital marketing. So I will consider these types of role as less technical. Definitely technical, but less technical. So people who are done, like for example, commerce, arts, and even science, they all can pursue these types of career in marketing. So you need not be too much afraid of mathematical background or statistical background in choosing a career like this. Trust me, it's not that difficult in terms of stats and mathematics that is required. But this is another example that I will like to show you now. So this is an example of a marketing problem that we often face. These are called chatbots. We often interact with various organizations. For example, you as a customer is interacting with a organization using a chatbot. There is a small avatar who is replying to whatever you are asking. For example, the Healthify app is using that. Oyo Rooms are using that. It's a very popular thing. But how all these things work? You were writing like, is there a vacancy in your company, for example, and they are saying, no, sir, I don't have. Or else, or they may also say that, yes, I have a vacancy in the company. So there is a robot working behind this. We call it typically artificial intelligence enabled chatbots. So this comes under the domain of artificial intelligence. This can be between a consumer and business. It can also be between a business and business. B2B means business and business. So in all these cases, these are very sophisticated technologies. So if you want a career, a marketing career in such a high technology great industry, you really need to have both the business knowledge as well as the technological knowledge. So a typical example is the big data analytics. Big data basically means a very huge amount of data with specific 5 characteristics. I will not explain those characteristics, but you will later understand this thing. This is something very trendy in the market and lots of job opportunities are there. But if you want a career like this, you really need to have a technological undergraduation first, and then you can go for a business undergraduation. So I will explain how you can do that. But this is very technology oriented. You need to be good in computer science or any engineering discipline, preferably computer science, programming, algorithm, and you should be really strong in statistics, mathematics. Yes, they will not leave you actually. They will never leave you. So I'm very sorry to say that. Okay. And this is the third one. This is the second example. I missed it. This is very important because we don't understand marketing in this way when we are in class 11, 12, or even in for normal people, you never think marketing is this much actually. So marketing practitioners often predict individual preferences and commercial success in real world. This is something in which I do research on actually. So for example, how you act in a particular situation. There are some electrical signals in your brain that changes according to that behavior. If we understand those electrical signals that is getting stimulated in your brain, we really can understand your behavior and we can design our business and marketing strategies. So for example, this is one of the examples, EEG. You have heard ECG, for example, ECG machine for heart rate. This is also like in that line, but this is definitely a different technology. This is called electroencephalogram, if I am spelling it correctly. So basically, there are some electrodes in your brain, and they will just try to understand the electrical signals in your brain, and they will come up with the insights. They are a very sophisticated thing. This is from one of the laboratory setting, and this is when a customer is purchasing its product, and this headset is the EEG band actually. So they track your eyes, they track your whatever is happening inside your brain. For tracking your eyes, we have to have a eye tracker along with EEG. So these are very sophisticated things. You really need to have a good knowledge of biological science or neurobiological science. Definitely you also need to have a knowledge of marketing aspects. But you can also go for clinical psychology undergraduation and then go for an MBA. You can also take a biotechnology maybe or any other biology related undergraduation, not typically zoology, botany, but some sophisticated biological sciences. Nowadays, we have a biology BSc also. Sophisticated, I mean to say technology related biological sciences. Typical zoology and botany doesn't have so much of technological aspect. So first I showed you this one, traditional route. This is very like, this is the what we will be doing in the future. Till now, job opportunities in this area is very niche, highly paid definitely. And another is this is the current stage. Actually, we have most of the job opportunities in high end career in this area: artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning. These are the buzzwords these days. Everything related to data, we call data as a new oil. So there can be two learning paths. First learning path is that you do a graduation. Typically in commerce, you can do a graduation. You can do a graduation in business administration or any mass communication or related field. Then you have to go for an MBA definitely. See, this is my very personal experience. I have seen my friends. If you do a BBA, you will not get a very good, I will say even you will not get a decent career ahead. Getting a 20,000 salary, 30,000 salaries also be very difficult in a like with a BBA graduation. So you really have to have a good choice. You really need to do a post graduation, or else you can actually have some other specialized graduation. BBA doesn't pay as well. It can pay as well only if you are studying in some of the top universities or colleges. For example, if you are studying, I will suggest you some colleges for that also. Then you have to do a MBA, and then you can also go for a work experience or a PhD study. You do PhD typically for an academic career. You can also become a teacher just after your post graduation. You can do you can also teach in schools. Nowadays we also have teaching opportunities for business. So these are the two learning paths I am suggesting you. Definitely my first suggestion is all in the left hand side of the presentation, but I know it is difficult, but I also know the students of Augustine's, they can really do this thing. So my first suggestion is that you can go for a 5 years integrated program. Just after your class 12, there are integrated program that you will do a graduation and masters together. So you can go for, you have to give an examination, okay? Like they have their individual examination, SAT or IPAD, there are various examinations, you have to check their website. IIM Indore is one of the top institution in India. This is a very good opportunity. Like I can only motivate you in the way that you can get a salary of say 25, 30, 40 lakhs. You really can get that. So the entrance is not much difficult. I say it's at class 10th level mathematics, English skills and some such general knowledge skills. You can always check that. It's available in the website, but it's very competitive. If not IIM Indore, you can also see IIM Jammu, IIM Bodh Gaya. You can also see NMIMS. I don't think NMIMS will be that difficult compared to the IIMs, but these are the opportunities that you can really see. I can give you an alert here. The course fees are really pretty high, as you can see here. But if you get into an IIM, if you are from a middle class family, it's not a big problem. You can get a bank loan. State Bank of India is there, Central Bank of India is there. They really give you bank loan very easily. So anyone who gets admission, normally there will be no problem in funding your education. You can always fund your education yourself. So there is another path, that is a direct undergraduation. Okay, I should also mention one thing. This 5 years program, after 3 years, if you feel that you want to do something else, you can take a graduation and leave. It's not necessary that you stay there for 5 years. Another path is undergraduation. I hope you all know a business degree, BCom degree, and all such degree. Try Sriram College of Commerce. That's one of the best in the country. If you can do that, it's really good. You can also see all these other universities. They are not that costly. Like it starts from 0.5 to 1.5 lakhs a year, but they are all pretty good institutions, very affordable, and you will get a good career actually, you know. So another learning path is more technical. You do a tip, like, see, I am a BTech definitely. I will always suggest this, but this is what you really need in these days. If you are BTech, if you have done a BTech in, for example, artificial intelligence, like computer science is what is artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data science. So few universities says computer science degree, few also say data science, but they're all actually computer science degree. You can also do other engineering stuff. You can also do a general Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Statistics. That is very short of the degree these days. Like if you do a statistics BSc and then you do a MBA, you will be a business analyst with a very good package. So you can do all these things in the undergraduate level, then you really need to do an MBA. Okay, so there are lots of opportunities in MBA, and then you can go for work experience, you can go for PhD. For such high-end technological domain, there are a few consultancy companies that actually recruits a PhDs. So it's not that you have to do PhD only for academic. You really can be paid very well. Like my seniors, many of them have actually left academia for corporate jobs. Okay, this is more technical path, and I should always give an alert here. See, when I was in class 11 and class 12, Kanjilal sir was there and all. I was always very afraid of mathematics, but trust me, you might find it difficult in class 11 and 12. Once you go into graduation, you will understand that they will not leave you anytime. So it's not that difficult. And for example, linear programming, you all do linear programming class 11 and 12. When you were in class 11 and 12, you will be doing those things in paper and pen. When you'll be in graduation, maximum you'll do that in paper and pen. But after that, we need to be an efficient humans, right? We can't do that in your industry in paper and pen. So we have softwares for all those things. Sophisticated softwares are available for all such things. So it's really not that difficult. When I can do, you all can also do, okay? Everything is mathematics and statistics. You can't run actually, but you should not choose your career based on your current knowledge, class 11 and 12 knowledge of statistics and mathematics. Even if you're performing very average, you definitely can go to BTech, you definitely can go to more technical career. Don't be afraid about that. And another options that is also there in technical, very limited, integrated post-graduation, BBA and MBA. Getting into IIT, I expect at least 2 or 3 of you can get into those programs. That is also a case. From my batch, there are people who are going to IITs, BITS, Pilani, and all those things, IIMs. You can always try. You can always try my institution, IIIT Gwalior. You have to score in AIEEE really very pretty hard to get into there, but you can get a very good career. So even if you don't get into IITs and IIMs, how to select your course and university degrees? So I have given some of the names here. Whenever you select your university, just check whether they are aggregated by at least one of these bodies. This is absolutely necessary to have a value for your degree. This is a prediction of like how good that institution is, especially if you're going for a business studies. Like Association of MBA University should definitely have this aggregation. At least these are not that difficult. Any good institution will have that in India. And if not anything, please see that it's ranked in NRF top 50 preferably. NAC and NBA is very limited. It's not a prediction of quality, but it's better the institute should have at least these things. But yes, you should always check for other aggregations. Okay. Now, part 2, the most important thing. Till now, what I have suggested, you have to search, you have to do your own research. But what to choose, whether you will choose a engineering, then MBA or a BPA, BCom, like this is a very, very difficult and critical decision. So making decision is hard, especially when you are trying to make a big career decision. So I will actually suggest you a 5-step framework. This is a proven framework, I can say. This is a very well-researched framework from a very respectable thinker. So I will share with you all this. This was actually published in Harvard Business Review. You know Harvard University, one of the very leading universities. So currently you might be this one. I hope you will be this one very soon. So this framework was adapted by a book. The book is Choose Better. So I hope this helps you with your context too. So picking your university undergraduate learning path, choosing the perfect career. We always want the perfect career for the next 35 to 40 years, if not more. Trying to decide in the next 5 years if you should leave your job, whatever you will do. This can be daunting decisions. Just imagine how much time will you spend at work, and we all genuinely want and surely deserve to love what we do. Just see your teachers. One of your teacher was calling me at 8 o'clock in the evening. She was doing from 9 to 5 job, then also at 8 o'clock. So you are spending all your time there. When you have exam, your teachers are checking your assignments till 10 o'clock in the night, if not 12, or if not beyond that. So it's all work actually. I'm very sorry about that, but it's better we learn to enjoy with that. And that is how things are working. So we really have to take a very strong decision about our career. So the first step in this framework, what I suggest and what the author suggests is that, what are your feelings telling you? This is one of the first important thing before you choose your career. If you want to find a fulfilling career, it needs to align with your values. I know you all have studied VED and all this thing, but these values is a bit different. Your feeling can help you understand and even very unconsciously tell what your values are actually. Like, see, let's think in this way. When you are faced with an important decision, what's the first thing that happens in your mind and your body? This is called affective or emotional aspect. Usually before logic kicks, you will experience a strong emotion. We are not rational beings. Nor you, nor your teachers, nor your security guard, nor the corporate professional, nor the politicians. No one are rational. Humans are not that rational. So first we experience the strong emotions. Pay attention to that. This is very important. Your emotions are constant to who you are at your core and can provide important insights about your identity and the values that may be driving your actions, but that are also at times beyond your conscious awareness. You can't find your values always with all consciousness. I know these things are very subjective. You may think that things are going over my head and all those things, but I will also give you scientific tool to help you in this thing. Like, this is the most important thing, how you feel about a career, about a particular thing. So think about the kind of work you are planning to do. Brainstorm. When I say brainstorm, brainstorm yourself, brainstorm with your friend, with your teacher, with your family, everyone. Jot down your idea of different careers you are considering. Now, what feelings comes to you? If you feel anger, sadness, or even fear, like for example, you are really very afraid of mathematics in a particular career, do give some weightage to that. Definitely, I will say that. You may be anxious. When you are looking at a choice on your list, consider those red flags. When you have any form of negative like emotions, mark them with red. If on the other hand, you feel happy or excitement, like for example, I showed you a neuromarketing application, that EEG. Many of you, I'm sure you'll be very excited to know more about that. That's a very positive emotion. So that's an indicator that what you are considering might be a good decision. So explore whatever options are available. First, see what your emotions is towards that. So what matters to you is the second thing that is most important. Once you have connected with your emotions, you are ready for the next step. Consciously identifying your values. What are values? They are simply defined at what really matters to you and your why. That is, they can help you define why a certain decision feels more meaningful to you than another. Understanding your why will allow you to make choices that align directly with the things you care about. Choices that will make you feel fulfilling for a long time. See, most of us, like many of my friends also, I will really tell you this actually. They might be very angry on me. They have done their graduation, they are in their jobs and all those things. But suddenly after like 10 years, they are thinking like, oh my God, I should have done something different. I should have done something in a different way, or might be I should not be in a computer science engineering. I should be in a tourism industry. They are feeling those things. So if you really value on these points now, it's likely that you will not feel such thing 10 years down the lane. 10 years down the lane means you're already married, maybe for many of you. Then you really can't change things. Okay. So now I will help you with some tools. Like I know all those things you're thinking and how I will understand my values and all those things. So there are a number of ways to figure out what your values are. So one of the best through a formal psychological assessment is the way we do normally. So my favorite is this EPT test. You can always spell that. I'm not very good in spelling. So you can use this test to really understand what your personality traits are, what are its motivation and all those things. You can also check this DISC LIFO survey. LIFO survey is something I also use sometime. Big 5 personality trait is very famous one. It will also help you. So you just click on this thing. I'll share. I have already shared the PPT with your teacher. You go there. There are small questionnaires actually. They will ask you small questions. You have to give the reply, and they give a tentative results that will really help you. All these things are very scientific. They are used by professionals, clinical psychologists. So this can really help you a lot. So if you have any questions about this, you may also contact the doctor on campus. I know there is a doctor who often comes. They will also give you some idea about all this thing. But really, like you should taste this and you should understand what you really are. And you can do one thing. You can take your first test today. You can again take the test after 2 weeks, maybe. After talking to your parents, friends, and all those things might change. So you can always go for this thing. So for example, this Enneagram, if I'm spelling it correctly, have some 9 descriptions about your traits and all. For example, you might be an achiever. You will always see there is a boy or a girl who is sitting in the first and second row. They just want to learn everything. They want to get best in all these sports or academia and everything. They are self-driven also. They are adaptive to situations and all those things. So these are some personality characteristics. So I will not go all these things, 9 characteristics, but you go all by all these things individually, these 9 characteristics, and find out who you are. Okay, whether you are a challenger or achiever or helper or whatever. This will actually help you select your courses and career in a better way. It should match actually. So this is a passion test. They claim that they can help you in identifying your passion. If not 100%, they will actually help you to some extent. Please try that. And this is a very important thing, like you might be flying with your dreams, but this is my personal recommendation also. What matters to other people? I'm not talking about your neighbor. I am not talking about the man who delivers milk to your house. I'm talking about your parents. This is very important. What matters to other people? So none of us exists in a vacuum. Just as important to get clear on what matters to you, it's also important to consider how your decision will impact your loved ones, because it probably will. See, if you are going for a degree in a very reputed private college, that is very nice. Your family member will be very happy about that. But you have to be very responsible in the financial aspect. If it is too much burden for the family members for the next 3 to 5 years, maybe you really need to think twice about that, because it's your responsibility to reduce such a negative impact on your family. Finance is one of the only one aspects, but you also have to consider other social aspects also. I hope you all are aware of all these things. Like when you will say something very radical to your families, you may always hear, এখন তো এইসব বলবি, অনেক বড় হয়ে গেছিস তো. This is a very common thing from our parents, right? So they may also think you're not performing very well in your class 2s maybe. Nowadays performing well means not well means like 88 is not performing well maybe these days. Okay, as you take it. So and then you were saying that you want to go for a data science undergraduate. Your parents might say like, তোর দ্বারা পড়াশুনো হবে না, you will not be able to study so much and all those things. So you really need to address all these concerns. Your parents must not have any doubt about the career you're choosing, and you should openly discuss with your parents about the financial aspects and other aspects. I'm suggesting you that you go for a 5 years integrated program, right? But your parents might have a different plan. Maybe they're having a financial plan that after 3 years you will be in the job market. Situations are very different across all of our families. Please consult that. Okay.
Actually, sir, I really find that this thing is very elaborative, and I mean, I think the students have got to know so much from this presentation. I would really
Thank you.
request you from their end that if you could just, if you could send us the presentation and we could show them, it will be very, very enlightening for them.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you, sir, for the
definitely.
presentation, and thank you for your valuable time.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Yes, Abhishek, please.
Yes, sir. Sir, as you have told that we have to be very mindful of our dreams and all, because it will provide us, it will make a burden on our parents. So in that case, financial burden. So in that case, we can always go for an educational loan, and while we are working, while we are earning the income, we can pay off that in the installments. We can also do that.
Yes, definitely. Now here's something I will suggest you. Like, see, when I was suggesting on universities, I was not suggesting any ordinary universities. They are very premium universities. Now, I don't want to take any name. This is a career fair. Maybe some colleges that they are already on campus. For example, there are many universities in Salt Lake, universities and colleges in Salt Lake. They charge you hefty. For a BTech degree, they may charge you like more than 10 lakhs or something. You really don't need nothing. You just have to pass your class 12. No entrance examination, nothing. They are open to take your admission actually. But if you go into a college like that, there is no future in terms of, there is no guarantee when you will graduate whether you will have a placement or not. What will be the salary? See, I'm telling you a very true fact. A BTech from those Salt Lake colleges, except 1 and 2, most colleges in Bengal except few, will fetch you as low as 2.5 lakhs to 3.5 lakhs salary. Don't expect more than that in majority of the colleges in West Bengal. And if you are spending more than 10 lakhs for a BTech degree, you're getting a 3 lakhs. No bank will give you an easy loan for that, because banks are doing profit. They just want to take back their money. So typically what happens that I will give you what is happening these days in banking. They will provide you a loan up to 4 lakhs without any mortgage. After 4 lakhs, they need to have a mortgage. The mortgage can be, for example, in the form of your house, car, or any other thing. But this situation changes drastically when you go to a very premium institution. So that time there will be no burden. If you're getting into a good college, banks will be very happy to give you a loan, because they are confident. Like, for example, when you get into an IIM or an IIT or even NMIMS, the bank knows that majority of these students will get a more than 20 lakh salary per annum. So banks will be very happy to give you a loan, sometimes even at a lower rate. As far as I know, few banks does that at a significantly lower rate. But when you are not getting into a good college, then finance will be an important thing. Like, without mortgage, not more than 4 lakhs, I don't expect any bank will give. Maybe a 5 lakh rupees. And today education is quite costly, even in very average type of colleges actually. So this is what I was telling. So if you're not going to a very good college, very average type of college, it makes little sense to pay so much. I will also not take a name, but I will just tell you, there was a university in Bhubaneswar, in Odisha. few of my friends went there. They paid like 15-16 lakh rupees. Very beautiful university, very nice cafe, greenery, and all those things. They went there. After paying that, they got 3.5 lakh salary on the average. They all got placed. Few of another lot of my friends, they did their study. I will name the college: Academy of Technology, Techno India, Salt Lake, Rajahat Techno India, Netaji. They are good institution. Meghnats. Since they're good, I'm taking their name. Heritage. They got much more salary than that institution. I think their fees will be like not more than 50,000 a semester in these institutions, maybe even less actually, maybe in 30s or something. It was during that time. Nowadays it might be revised. So don't you think this is wise enough to study in this institution and get a 5 lakh 6 lakh salary, that rather than going to Risha paying 16 lakhs and get a 3.5 lakh salary just for a beautiful university and campus? So if you really want a very beautiful campus, you can just go to Salt Lake City Center, enjoy that. Their campus are also like that, beautiful campuses. Okay. So this is what I was saying. You have to make a very rational, well thought decision. When you are paying a 15 lakhs, you must also get a 15 lakh salary. If not 15, at least 6-7 lakhs. Yes.
Correct, correct. Absolutely, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for all this information, sir. It was a pleasure to have you with us today, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And another thing I will say, if you really can study well, if you have studied in my institution, for example, IIIT Gwalior, their fees was so less. Like I think it's like 2.5 lakhs or something for 2 years. It's a 5 years course. So if you are studying in a good government institution, you get a salary of 15, 20, 25, 30, anything you can get. You can get a job in Google also. You are paying such less amount of money. So it's about you, how much you, so what is the reality of the situation? You really need to understand that. You can always go through these slides. Then how do I put all these pieces together? The step 1 to 4. So
if you can just give us the presentation, so we will surely give it to our students, so that they can have a look of this in detail. I mean, I know that they would really want to have information about this. We will surely give it to our students and they can get back to you in case of any queries. Thank you,
definitely.
Sir. Thank you for being over here. Thank you for enlightening our students, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.